What's up, guys, and welcome back. So, I put those timers on because that's how long they tell me I have to wait before they notify people that I'm on live. So either you can, like, I can sit here and talk shite for a minute or a minute and a half, or I can just put a nice looking countdown timer on. Um, who knows? So, today we're going to talk about super secret hacks to not fuck up your diet in 2023, part two. And it's going to be an important one because most people get this completely wrong. So what I mean by that is when it comes to what part two is your diet needs to fit your preferences. Don't just do something because someone else is doing it. And what I mean by that is even if you follow a plan because a friend recommended it or because a friend did it, you still need to make sure that the plan you're following fits your preferences. Let me explain. There are so many people out there doing things like this. They're trying to follow keto, where you just eat a lot of fats and some protein, and it's meant to be magical. Some people are trying to follow like a bodybuilder plan where you just eat chicken and broccoli like 6 times a day, maybe a bit of rice, maybe a bit of sweet potato, but just insanely restrictive. Some people are trying to follow intermittent fasting because they think it's magical and it's not. It just does make it a bit more black and white, but we're not going down the intermittent fasting rabbit hole, but there's no magic to it. And then people are trying to follow low carb, which is somewhat similar to keto, where just tons of veggies, lots of fats, and some proteins. So, what's the problem with that? Well, ask yourself honestly, do any of those sound enjoyable? And the answer is going to be either no, or you're going to lie to yourself and you're going to force yourself to try to stick to something that you're not going to enjoy. And no, this won't be the year that you see it through and that you actually stick to it. What will happen is you'll stick to it for a little bit, a little while because you're a little bit stubborn, and then you'll end up falling off the wagon again. And we don't want that to happen. So, what can you do instead? How can you make sure that a diet fits your preferences and that you still do what's needed to make progress? So, first of all, you need to make a list or at least think in your head of foods that you enjoy. And I don't just mean the higher calorie, higher processed stuff like chocolate, jellies, crisps, that sort of stuff. Put that stuff in there too. But think of the minimally processed, lower calorie foods that most people would call the healthier foods. Think of those types of foods and just make a list of the things you enjoy. And then we need to figure out what's needed for you to be successful. So if you don't know, then obviously if you, you'll need to sign up to a coach, get a plan, or figure out a plan yourself or whatever. But like for 99% of people, it's going to be you're going to have to eat high protein because there's so many benefits to it. It's just crazy not to. So what does high protein look like? So we know like lean meats, and we know chicken, turkey, fish, egg whites, 0% uh, 0% fat, high protein dairy products like yogurts and quark, and then a protein powder, maybe mix in some protein bars. Those are all protein sources. So think about the ones that you enjoy. Also, make a list. Also, think about like carb sources like potatoes, oats, rice, all that sort of stuff. Think about the veggies, the fruits you enjoy. Make a list of those foods. And then have a list of the higher calorie stuff that you also enjoy, like the crisps, the chocolate, and stuff like that, and then piece together a plan so that you can have those foods and still make progress. So, for example, if you're someone who loves a burger or a Big Mac or whatever, okay, well, how can I still have a burger and not just completely blow all of my calories or massively over consume? Well, okay, I can go to the supermarket, I can get some lean mints, some 5% mints or something like that. I can get some low calorie buns, and then you can have whatever, like lettuce, tomato, whatever you like on your burger. Maybe you get some bacon medallions instead of bacon streaks, or whichever one is lowest in calories, and you put those on the burger. Now all of a sudden you're having something that you really love, a burger, but you're choosing lower calorie alternatives, so it keeps you on track. So these are the ways you're gonna and be able to have the foods you love and still make progress. So what about the other foods like crisps or chocolate or stuff like that? Well, maybe you start, instead of having a share size bag of Maltesers, you start having a fun size bag. So that way you get enough to satisfy your craving, but not so much that you're consuming a massively crazy amount of calories. So that's how you're going to do it. That's how you're going to not step two to not fucking up your diet. If you haven't seen step one, go back and watch it in 2023. Is to make sure it fits your preferences. Stop trying to stick to things that just are not enjoyable, because you're just going to stick to it for a week or two because you're stubborn, maybe a little bit more if you're really stubborn, but then it's going to go off the rails and end in a binge. The way to not fuck up your diet this year, and the way to have success and have success in the long run, is to figure out what those foods are that you love and figure out a way to work them into your plan. If you need help doing that, obviously send me a message. I'm more than happy to help. But for now, let's get a comment below. What is the worst diet you've ever tried to stick to? I'm keen to hear what people have tried. We will be back again tomorrow. I'm going to be doing these live videos every single weekday, 8 p.m., and then weekends in the morning at some time to be confirmed. So hopefully that helps. And if you have any questions, just drop a comment below.